Who's the most professional in global adult industry, such as pornographic films? The answer is Japan. Don't laugh yet, please. But why Japan? You probably wouldn't understand because you have no idea how extreme certain aspects of Japanese culture are. Japan's adult industry generates about $24 billion a year. What does that mean? It's larger than the defense budgets of 182 countries worldwide. Just one city, Tokyo, accounts for 58% of global adult video production. One city beats the entire world. Among women aged 18 to 55, 1 out of every 200 has appeared in AV. About 500,000 women are involved in prostitution, and the industry chain covers 61,000 establishments nationwide, more common than convenience stores. For comparison, the United States has only about 12,000 adult performers, while Japan has as many as 150,000, 10 times more. Japanese women are also especially productive. Japan produces over 20,000 AV titles annually, averaging 60 new releases per day. Globally, 6 out of every 10 adult videos come from Japan. Today, Japan is clearly falling behind in new technologies such as renewable energy, the internet, AI, etc. But in the adult industry, Japan continues to innovate and has nearly monopolized adult virtual reality. Although Japan's e-commerce sector is amazing, the paid penetration rate for online adult content exceeds 87%. During the 2020 pandemic alone, Japan's online adult visitors surged by 210%. Japanese AV exports reached 120 countries, dominating 95% of Asian market. As for sex toys, Japan holds about 70% of the global market share, and Akihabara in Tokyo has become a global purchasing hub. So if your friend says he loves going to Japan, you probably know why now. I know some people would say Thailand, the Netherlands, their scale doesn't even reach 5% of Japan's. How could they be as fun as Japan? Japan's adult industry today not only supports its economic lifeline and feeds modern Japan, it is also tightly bound to Japan's dark militarist past, having provided the first pot of gold for Japan's imperial expansion. About 150 years ago, during the Meiji era, Japan was extremely poor and obsessed with one thing: how to go out and rob others. But robbery required warships and weapons, so where did the money come from? At the time, Japan had almost no profitable industries. Yes, just as you are thinking, they came up with a good idea: send Japanese women abroad to engage in prostitution and earn foreign currency. The Japanese government immediately organized large numbers of women to go to Southeast Asia. This was state action, not gang activity. Can you believe it? In 1896, Japan officially authorized a so-called international labor brokers under government supervision to recruit Japanese women for overseas work. It sounded respectable. In reality, it was prostitution. Japanese Foreign Ministry archives show that between 1890 to 1910, Japan issued 67,000 travel permits to Southeast Asia, with over 90% of the women engaging in sex work. And these are only the official figures. The real number was far higher. Japanese scholar Saban Takeshi, who studied this period, estimated that the Japanese government sent more than 500,000 women overseas, with some sources claiming the number reached 1 million. In 1898, the Japanese consulate in Singapore reported about 3,000 Japanese women engaged in prostitution there, sending back over 2 million yen annually, an enormous sum at the time. Seeing how profitable it was, the consulate quickly recommended sending more healthy women to expand market share. Japanese media and official documents heavily promoted this behavior, packaging it as patriotism. In 1895, Asahi Shimbun wrote that prostitutes in Southeast Asia were using their flesh and blood to exchange foreign currency for warships. This is the proper way for women to serve the nation. Even more outrageous, Japan's Ministry of Education joined in. A 1911 elementary school textbook stated, "Women who travel to distant lands diligently support the national economy." Prostitution was described as diligence. Oh no, my brain is burning now. By the time of the Russo-Japanese War in 1905, remittances from these women accounted for 17% of Japan's foreign exchange income, exceeding any export commodity and becoming Japan's largest source of foreign currency. Of the funds used to purchase the cruiser Yoshino for Britain, 31% came from these women's blood and sweat money. In other words, Japan exchanged women's bodies for warships used in wars of aggression, and the system only grew more extreme. According to labor broker Gang Yipingzhi, each woman sent overseas had to pay a 10 yen deposit to the government, equivalent to half a year's wages for a worker. Japanese women were not only sexual slaves, but also human cash machines for the militarist system, fully objectified and commodified. During World War II, Japanese media even openly promoted the idea that not engaging in prostitution was unpatriotic and disloyal to the emperor. So the question is, why among so many countries was only Japan able to push prostitution to such an unapologetic and extreme level? The answer lies in its deeply abnormal cultural foundations. The first reason is Japan's strong tradition of sexual fertility worship. In some Japanese shrines, giant reproductive organs are enshrined, a belief rooted in Shinto religion. The second reason is Japan's extreme moral neutralization of sex trade. In Japanese society, high school girls or college students engaging in sexual services are often viewed as no different from taking part-time jobs. The belief is that there's no hierarchy among professions. Selling vagina is also selling, and prostitution is just a way of making money, unrelated to morality. In 1945, after Japan's unconditional surrender, U.S. forces landed. General MacArthur originally planned to thoroughly dismantle Japan. But Japan quickly established a government-run sexual services system known as RAA, offering Japanese women to American soldiers to fuck to ease their anger. In just 1 month, over 70,000 Japanese women were recruited and more than 200 facilities were set up. 3 months later, more than 1/4 of U.S. troops had contracted sexually transmitted diseases. After the scandal was exposed, it shocked American society and eventually forced Japan to shut these facilities down. But not completely, of course. This is absurdly grotesque. Think about it. If all the women in a household are forced into prostitution, the ladies are not the most disgusting ones. They are victims. The truly contemptible ones are the men, because they couldn't even protect their own women, but instead they are exploiting the ladies of their family. How disgusting that can be. Follow me on Eastern Perspective to see the world.